Hi, and welcome back to Roulette's Play Her Story. When we last left off, we found out Simon was dead, cut up in the basement with his throat cut. And we know that the sisters planned it. We still don't know if they're the same person or if they're two different people, but we know they were in Glasgow trying to give each other alibis. And I'm assuming in this case, it might have been a little flip-flop situation. Not entirely sure. Anyways, we also found out that their parents died from death caps. We've seen those. How about mushroom? Okay, how about poison? There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner with poison mushrooms.
It was poison, food poisoning.
At the time.
I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
I know they do that, but it still catches me.
To contribute, you know. Doug knew someone, and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
Okay. Let's find out who the hell Doug is.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and...
Doug and Eleanor.
I feel sorry for them.
Alright, let's save that one because I'm going to need those names.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. You know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
How is that possible? You can smell it.
She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them.
Sneaky.
And last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Come on. You're thinking something. Oh, you're thinking something. Tell us.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower, the phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it, I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Don't know.
Okay. So that's the time that when she came home. Let's find out a little more about Eleanor.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Achievement unlocked. Spilt coffee. Ooh.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup. No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Ah, so she spilt it on herself and then they gave her that t-shirt. Interesting. See if they'll say something about the t-shirt. Nope. No. Okay. Anything on the spill itself? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was the same person there. Oh, a few new entries we haven't seen about the baby.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday. Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
I think a lot of people feel that way right after they get married.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
She had a second baby. Okay.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right?
That's why he freaked out.
And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both.
Oh.
I think she was.
Okay, so it's definitely a same body kind of situation then. Oh, gosh.
Yes.
These are also short.
Birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
Yes, that's my birthday, not one of the big ones.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
You didn't like the present being the baby.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Okay, so at that point it would be Glasgow.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Okay, so what's that? How's it going down there? You done? Okay, hang on a bit longer. Buzz when you're ready. Huh. Interesting. Now we have a chit-chat. Okay, so let's find out more about his cutthroat.
On his throat. How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
Seagulls? What in the world was with the seagulls there?
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier.
Oh, wow.
That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So
That's
she
where the
grabbed
black eye
the
came
mirror
from.
and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
I see. Okay, so let's find out more about this mirror.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Oh, he made 2 of them. And because he put so much time into it.
I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Wow. Interesting how the way she sees herself. Okay. Broken mirror. Nope, already on that. Nope. Maybe glass shard? Piece of mirror? No. Okay, we already looked at all that. Let me think. Oops. Let me type. Okay, we know about... How about when they switched? No? Okay. Oh, let's find out more about Helen. Nothing else about Helen, huh? And we looked up about Eleanor, and their parents, and the mushrooms. I think we did anyways, mushroom. Yeah. There we go.
And what did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
So we know if that one is at least Eve.
We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
Alright, let's see if there's more on the hospital.
Ask the hospital.
That's it, just ask the hospital over and over again. Okay, how did they find a hole in her alibi? This one I definitely want to save for later. Because that's the one where she talks about her alibi. Okay, so... How about the bag? Oops! How about we type bags correctly?
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
That's not the bag I was talking about.
Oh, okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in.
Thought it was to the right.
Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower.
Almost
Whilst I was in the shower, the
verbatim.
phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
That time he calls them Doug and Eleanor. Okay. So we got the same thing earlier about touching the kettle. There we go. There's the other one. Let me see real quick.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left.
Well, no, it was left there.
Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
Okay, so it's the exact same alibi, verbatim almost, except for her saying Simon's parents on one and Doug and Eleanor on the other.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
Okay, so I'm guessing she's staying with Eve. Oh, nothing extra on there. Okay, she said she hit a car. Doesn't really say anything else about the baby in there. Trying to figure out where they found the hole in her alibi. Ah, crap, and I'm gonna have to look later because it is already been over 20 minutes again. Alright, I think we're gonna be able to crack this next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Give me that thumbs up if you are. Subscribe if you want more content. And thank you. I appreciate you guys going through this with me. I enjoy having someone to bounce ideas off in the comment section. Alright. Bye, bye, bye. This is my metal voice. Take a grenade. I am so not metal.